Well, a lot of you guys out there showed a lot of interest in e-cigarettes and vaping for a long time, and constantly asked me if I would do reviews on them because it's something that you do, whether you're new to it or you've been a smoker for 20 years and you're really thinking about quitting smoking. Well, as you can see, I did get an e-cigarette. I guess it's not one that looks like a cigarette. It just looks like some kind of a mechanical device. But it works very similar to any other e-cigarettes, and it produces vapor. Well, I guess it's just vaping is what it's considered. It's not smoke, it's steam, vapor, water vapor. It's interesting, but what's most interesting is I did not get this because I'm trying to quit smoking. I did not get this because I want to help you guys quit smoking, although that'd be nice. Smoking cigarettes is not very good for you, and that's pretty well known. Don't have to tell you that. But hey, if it keeps the stress level down, stress kills more than anything else. So I'm not going to be here to preach, what you should or shouldn't do. But there was a specific reason why I got this, and I've been trying this for about a week now, and I want to pitch this idea to you guys because I thought originally it would be a great idea, and so far, although it hasn't exceeded my expectations, it hasn't fell flat either. It's actually been really good, and the reason I got this to try has nothing to do with smoking. By the way, you're not smoking again. You're basically breathing in steam. That's all it is. But it has nothing to do with smoking. I actually got this as an aid to lose weight. What are you talking about? How do you get to lose weight by smoking? Well, remember, we're still not smoking anything. We're just breathing in water vapor. But I thought, in looking into this, because a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people had suggested this, and there's definitely e-cigarettes that look like cigarettes, and they have tobacco flavors and tons of tobacco in them. There's many different, the juice that you put in here, they come in all different containers. I have a bunch from here, different flavors that I wanted to try. None of these that I got are tobacco flavored. I'm not looking to have something taste like tobacco. I'm not looking to crave a tobacco or nicotine craving. This has nothing to do with that at all. I picked sweet, desserty type flavored juices with the idea that I can use this device to have the satisfaction of eating something sweet without eating anything at all. Now, as most people out there do, I have a sweet tooth. I love sweet foods. I love desserts. I love cookies and ice cream and, candy and all kinds of crap like that. Now, when you're trying to lose weight, those things are killer because it's a lot of carbs, it's a lot of calories, it's all sugar, it's all crap, and it's condensed. So, like, if you have just one candy bar or just one little piece of cake or whatever, you're setting yourself back a lot. If you've worked out all day and you've been doing good about not eating too much on your meals and stuff, and then you have one of those moments where you're like, I really want something sweet. It doesn't take much to ruin everything you've done for the day. So I really want to find a substitute for that. Now, for a long time, what I would do is just have willpower. That's pretty much how you lose weight to begin with, is having willpower and saying, yeah, I'd love to have some good food. I'd love to have that, but I won't because I want to lose weight more. Well, sometimes you give into that. And what I've done for a long time was I had hard candies. Hard candies are a great transition from like cake and cookies and desserts and brownies and all that kind of crap because a hard candy, I'm not talking about chomping them left and right, but something to suck on, whether it's like a Werther's or something really good, or lollipops. You want something fruity. The idea behind it is that it's a slower intake of all those calories and stuff like that, so hopefully it lasts longer. If you suck on a lollipop until it goes down to nothing, you might spend 20, 30 minutes tasting something delicious and sweet, as opposed to shoving your mouth full of a brownie, which would be amazing for like a minute, and then all of a sudden it's all gone. It's not as satisfying. So the idea was to transition into less and less intake of sweets. Now, with this concept, and this just kind of came to me out of nowhere, again, approached once more by many people, hey, can you please review e-cigs because I'm into it and blah, blah, blah. And I thought, no, I don't, I don't want to. Thank you for the interest, but I don't want to. But I went, whoa, wait a minute, hold on. Because I looked into it to see like what they cost and stuff, and they're very, very affordable. And I'm going to tell you this stuff, but I got all the things I'm about to show you from this website. It's rawvapor.com. And they sell tons and tons of different. They sell mostly like juices and filler for these things, but they do have obviously a kit. Really, really cheap stuff. But everything I'm going to show came from that website. But again, I looked into it and I thought, wait a minute. Who's going to be like a smoker of 15, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years? They need that cigarette and they're going to be satisfied with strawberry cantaloupe flavored cigarette. No, that's candy. And that's what, and then originally I had that thought like, no, that's a cigarette smoker wants the tobacco flavor. They want the nicotine. They want, that whole deal. They're not going to want sweets. That's candy. And that's what I thought in my mind. I went, wait a minute. That's candy that has no calories. That's candy that has no carbs, no sugars. That's candy that is guilt free. You can have as much of that candy as you want without actually getting fat from it in any way, shape, or form. But then I thought, well, wait a minute. These juices, they have nicotine in it because it's for smokers to help quit smoking. And you don't want to go from one habit to another. You don't want to go from eating too much food to smoking and being addicted to nicotine and having nicotine buzz and nicotine withdrawal if you don't do it. But looking further into it, the concept behind an e-cigarette is that it's a progressive transition from real smoking, taking in cigarette tobacco, which is full of chemicals, full of carcinogens, and going to something which is basically water vapor, but in a lot of cases just nicotine. Now, just nicotine, as you guys know, in proper dosage is not harmful to you, or very, very little harm can come of it. It is a poison, and in excess, it's fatal. But in small doses, you're not smoking all the tar and crap you get in a cigarette. Basically, just water and your flavoring and the nicotine. But I thought again, I don't want to suggest transitioning from food to nicotine. But because it's a transitioning system where a cigarette has X amount of nicotine in it, the average cigarette, and then when you first start with this, you start with like a juice that has the same. Then you can get these liquids with different levels of nicotine in it. I thought, wait a minute, do they make one without nicotine? And sure as crap, they do. In fact, a lot of these dessert flavors do come in no nicotine at all. So that solved the problem of I don't want people to be addicted to nicotine or, like I said, have a problem with that or withdrawal by going from one bad habit to another bad habit. So now we're talking about desserty type flavors, okay? A little machine that basically turns a liquid into vapor. You're vaping or vaporizing the liquid. All it is a little heater in here, and I'll explain this in a second. But the whole concept behind it is you're getting a flavored, sweet smoke, no nicotine in it, no side effects, nothing wrong in this whole situation. But my big question in trying it out for the last week is I want to know if that was going to be fulfilling. Is it going to be a waste of time, or is it actually going to be something that you can enjoy as if you were eating and still feel satisfied when you're done? And I have to say, it's good. It works. That's why I'm even making this video. If it wasn't working, I wouldn't even make the video at all. Now, there is a kind of caveat to this, is that for me, it's been working where it's been helping me where if I get hungry for something sweet, dinner's done, whatever, I'm sitting, hanging on YouTube, whatever, I get a little sweet tooth. I don't stock my house with anything crappy anymore. And every single time I get sweet tooth, I'm looking through my cabinets like a madman. And I know I don't have anything sweet, but I'm looking anyway, hoping to find something, and it's just not there. But I found that the whole activity of it, it's like any kind of hobby. It's kind of like with pipe smoking or cigar smoking, the whole ritual behind it. And you got to put your parts together, and you got to, in this case, I'm using a drip method. So it's kind of a pain in the butt, but it's a good pain in the butt because this whole process has taken my mind away from let's go eat, let's go put calories in real quick as fast as we can. When I finally get the end product here, I am getting a vapor, which is similar to smoke, but it's not the same. It's not as dense in your mouth, has a different feel than smoking, but obviously it looks like you're smoking. And if you're using this for cigarette purposes or to quit smoking, you still get that fulfillment in the visual and all that. But for me, it's just flavor, and it's giving me a sweet flavor. Now, I thought this would be a lot stronger. This is the only setback to this, is I thought like you take a puff on this thing, and it would like coat the inside of your mouth with that flavor like really, really strong, as if I just chewed it and swallowed it. Now, that's not the case. It's actually pretty light in the flavor. but it lingers a little bit. And by the way, another thing with this that I've noticed besides smoking, if you smoke something indoors, um, smoke doesn't go away. I mean, it's thick and then it gets thin and then you don't see it anymore, but it doesn't disappear. And I've had arguments with smokers I've been related to, that, and I say, well, hey, it doesn't disappear. It's like all over the walls, this nasty tar everywhere. Wait, I don't see anything. Yeah, well, you're wrong. It's smoke. You're burning something. It goes somewhere. And if you go into a smoker's home, you'll find there's a thick layer of just yellow, disgusting, caked on tar on the ceiling and the walls. Um, but yeah, it goes somewhere. This vapor doesn't. It literally dissipates. It's water vapor. Um, and in addition to that, it doesn't make a room like initially, if you have a cloud of this stuff, it smells, but like within minutes, it goes away. The smell goes away. So it's pretty cool. And in this case, I mean, they're pleasant smells. It's not tobacco smells. So, so far, I think it's been pretty good. It's been successful, I would say, at like an 85% success rate. It's not 100%. It's like I said, if it was stronger tasting, it would be perfect to me, and it would solve the purpose. It would fulfill the purpose that I wanted for this. But so far, so good. It's been great. It's been fantastic. Like I said, the process has taken my mind off of wanting to eat some kind of sweets, and I still get the flavor from it. The whole experience is kind of enjoyable, and it's completely 110% healthy. Now, let me say something real quick. There's been a lot of people, there's even doctors, many doctors out there that are suggesting this as opposed to smoking. That being said, it's not something you should start up for no reason, because it may lead into smoking. Okay, that's why they don't, they still only sell it, I believe, to adults. Kids can't buy it because it's technically, I guess, a tobacco product, even though there's no, I don't know the details about it, but that's the idea behind it, is that if you're not smoking at all, don't do this, because then you might want to smoke because of it. So take that for what it's worth. But as far as health concerns, it's just water vapor. But in my mind, I thought, well, wait a minute. Our lungs aren't supposed to have water in them. So although it's very minute, it's almost nothing, and doing this for the same duration as a cigarette is 110 times better for you, or I should say less harmful to you. I don't even go that far. I smoke this the same as I would a pipe or a cigar. It's a mouth smoking. I do not inhale this at all. And if I did, it would make a difference. Like I said, it's just a very small amount of water vapor. But I don't. So I just, I take it in. In this case, you just push the button. And I'll show you this real quick. I drip these liquids directly on, I forget the terms here, but the thing, it's a heat coil. That's all it is. You have a battery in here that creates a circuit, heats up a little coil, and as it gets red hot, you can see in there, the liquid vaporizes and it turns to steam. That's all it is steam. Then you hold it down, and there's a little safety feature. Keep holding it down for too long, it gets too hot, it'll shut off. Right. Oh yeah, there we go. See, it blinks. It won't let you do it too long. But that's pretty much it. Um, it heats up the liquid into a steam, and then I draw the steam in my mouth and then release it. I don't even hold it in for that long. And that's it. I don't inhale it, even though you totally can, but I don't. And from this, the one I'm smoking right now is a banana. It says banana cream pie. It's here somewhere. Banana cream pie, which sounds like delicious. Um, but it's not like, it's like a creamy banana pudding is what it tastes like. It doesn't really taste like, well, I guess the pie is the same thing with the crust. But anyway, the flavor is pretty close to what it is. It's just not as thick as I would like it, or as dense of a flavor. It's not as strong. But so far, it's served the purpose, and it's helped me to completely crave any kind of sweets or desserts. And I'm still working on my own. I've talked about this before. I lost a bunch of weight, but I'm still working on my personal goal. I'm still kind of stuck I'm teetering like right over 200. I think my ultimate weight goal will be 190, and then once I hit 190, I can put on a couple more pounds in muscle. Um, but anyway, I'm still having, when you lose a certain amount of weight, you do hit these walls, and you're just like, no matter what you do, I mean, I'm exercising like crazy, I'm eating great, and I just can't seem to push past that 200 mark. But this has been great. It's really, really been great. and all these were available in 0 milligrams of nicotine. 0 milligrams, 0%. I'll read you the flavors here. Strawberry cantaloupe. This one tasted like a dull strawberry. Not so hot. Tasted kind of fruity, but not my favorite. I would personally wouldn't recommend it. The next one is green peach tea. Sounded interesting. Also, this one happens to have an off-white color or yellowish color. Doesn't taste like tea at all. You have a slight peachy flavor to it, like an earthy peachy flavor. Here's my favorite one, Hawaii Sunrise. It just has, and you can kind of smell these even through the bottle. It just has a straight up tropical, like pina colada, coconut, pineapple mix. More heavily towards pineapple and like passion fruit, that kind of a medley of fruits, but just delicious, really, and it's the strongest flavor of all of them. These are 10 milliliter bottles. The stuff's super cheap. I mean, 10 milliliter bottles I think are $6.50 for a bottle, and I mean, my phone's ringing. I'll be right back. Every single day, my someone calls from a blocked number, and I pick up because no one calls me. This is my work phone, and when it's late like that, my work people don't call me at all. But every single day, someone calls from a blocked number, and for like 10 seconds, there's just background noise. I don't know why. It happens every single day. I don't know why I even pick up anymore, but I do. Anyway, yeah, it's $6.50 I think for the 10 milliliter bottles, and the price doesn't change depending on how much of the nicotine you want in here. But again, I picked no nicotine for all these. There's zero nicotine content. It's just flavoring. But yeah, I like the Hawaii Sunrise the most. Here's a 5 milliliter bottle. You can see it's literally half the size. All right, it's cheaper. This is Hawaii Sunset, which is very close to it. It's actually even sweeter on the smell, but it doesn't taste as sweet when you're smoking it. So I don't know what that's about. But the last one here is the banana cream pie, which I have it in right now. And yeah, I mean, the flavors are exotic. There's a crap load of flavors out there from a bunch of different websites. I did end up using these people because they had some of the best prices and some of the best variety because they deal with mostly the juice as opposed to all the different types of units you can get to smoke with. But anyway, yeah, it's rawvapor.com. I don't know. I'll put a link in the description box. But anyway, um, yeah, I've been using this as a weight loss aid, which has been fantastic. And the only reason I'm making a video on talking about it is because I feel like if you're doing it the way I'm doing it now, where you're not even inhaling it and you get it with no nicotine in there, there's nothing that's bad about this at all. There's nothing, no negative health effects from this whatsoever. Um, it could be its own hobby. I don't want this to be a hobby because it can very much be a hobby. You can get a bunch of different things. No. Actually, you know what? I was going to say how much this stuff lasts. For $6.50, 10 milliliters is liquid, lasts a long time. Let me give you an example here. This one, I've been vaping for a couple of minutes here, so this is almost out. Now I do this drip method thing. You can get these cartridges, which I have too, but I don't know why I can't get it to work. Where you fill the filter up and then you can just go and go. But the drip method is that you take these liquids and you drip it right. You can unscrew this too if you wanted. Atomizer, that's what it's called. Anyway, you drip it right onto the right next to where the coil is, and I'm literally doing one drop on each side. Boop, flip it around. Boop. That's it. 2 drops, and there's plenty of drops in this bottle. Lasts a very long time, and 2 drops last probably, I want to say each time you're drawing on this, maybe like 30 draws or so of like good thick vapor. So it lasts a long time. It comes out to be something that's cheap. And you don't go crazy. It's not something I do all day long. I don't do this. I don't take it out with me in public or anything. I just think it's kind of strange. It's weird. People wouldn't know what it was. I mean, there's enough people who know about this, but some people will be like, what's that person doing? I don't need attention. Don't like it. But anyway, that's it. I screw it back on, and then there makes a connection here. A little circuit connects, and like I said, the coil heats up. It vaporizes it. I take out my mouth, blow it out, and that's it. I'm not even inhaling it. But I'm going to show you how long this lasts, just 2 little drops. When you first put it in there too, it's extra flavorful. It's closer to what I would want, and that was more of that banana cream pie, which to me tastes like banana pudding, which is still delicious. I never like it. Like I said, it has the appearance of smoke, but it's not smoke. You're not smoking anything. You're breathing in water vapor. Anyway, you guys get the idea. It does last quite a while. But that's it. I'll do 2 drops, and I'll just kind of vape it until it gets like thin and there's not much left. And that's it. I put it away. And I do that instead of eating a piece of cake or instead of eating a bunch of cookies or other crap food. And so far, so good. It's been really, really good. It's been very, very affordable alternative to the food. And the money you'd spend in desserts, I mean, you can use this over and over and over again. Once you eat something, that's it. Obviously, no one gets to keep our food. It's usually a rental. You know how that goes. But yeah, I wanted to just present this idea. It's just an idea, and I would, although there's nothing bad health-wise here, I would still only recommend this to adults. I don't think that I don't think it's a good thing for even teenagers. Just my personal preference because I don't think it's a gateway thing into real smoking, but I don't think that a lot of parents would understand or appreciate the idea by it, and it would just cause conflict, in my opinion. Even just asking your parents or fighting about, like, oh, I really want to do it, it's fine, it's healthy. I wouldn't bother. I'm only really recommending this to adults. And I got another one because these were really, really cheap. I got another one for a friend who's a real smoker who I care about. And I'm going to see if he can weed off of smoking using this, to see if its original function or original purpose, it works as well. And I'll keep you guys up to date, maybe in videos, or if I don't do videos on it, I'll put it in tags, my little messages for you guys. But yeah, I want to see if that works for him as it's supposed to. And I got him the same thing, but I got him like a couple of the actual tobacco flavored things because, like I said, I'm just making the assumption that a regular smoker of cigarettes doesn't get a fulfillment out of some kind of desserty type flavor, with low nicotine. They want tobacco flavor. And these come in like menthol and all kinds of crap. They want the tobacco flavor that they're used to, so like their brain thinks they're really smoking, and they need that nicotine level. But the idea is that you start off high, like a regular cigarette, and then you weed down lower and lower and lower until eventually you're at zero. You could still be doing a nicotine flavor, but with zero, or excuse me, a nicotine flavor, a tobacco flavor juice, but still eventually get to a zero nicotine level. So at that point, you're not really smoking anything at all. So I don't know, just a fascinating idea. That's all it is. It's my idea for me to you, and like I said, really directed towards adults. What I'm not trying to do here is start a trend where, I mean, there's already a bunch of kids who do this who think it's cool. I don't think it's cool by any means, but I wouldn't want, like I said, I wouldn't want to influence a person who does not already smoke into smoking. This has nothing to do with smoking at all. It's just supposed to be a good alternative to eating junk food and sweets. And so far, so good for me. So I'm very happy with it. So I'll throw a link in the description box. There's lots of websites out there, but like I said, just doing a little bit of research, I thought this one was a fairly good one to use. Great shipping, great packing. I didn't do an unboxing or anything like that. I didn't want to do like a whole series on these videos, but I did want to do one talking about it. It's been a week. It's been working for me. I like it. Like I said, if anything, I could make anything different, it would be that it tastes a lot stronger than it does. It seems like a lighter flavor. I want it like in the face as if I just like chewed the stuff. That's what I was looking for. That was my only disappointment. Everything else works great. The product works great, and it's super cheap. So that's it. Let me guys know what you think. Put your comments down below. You know where they go. Video responses are always welcome. Let me know if you're a real smoker and if this has helped you to weed off of smoking cigarettes. And unfortunately, well, I think this would be a double whammy, if you will, or killing 2 birds with 1 stone. If you are a real smoker and you are fat and you want to lose weight and quit smoking, this is a great way to do it too, because a lot of times when smokers quit smoking, they're used to putting the cigarette in their mouth. It's like, it's a mental thing, and it's subconscious. You don't even think about it. You're constantly fiddling. Or people who stop smoking, they bite their nails. Or what happens oftentimes is they'll replace nicotine and they'll replace smoking cigarettes with eating. And people quit smoking and they gain weight. They gain 30, 40 pounds because they're eating junk food all the time to make up for that the lack of smoking, you know, and like salty foods, sweet foods, you know, really bad stuff. And that's not good either. Like I said, you don't want to switch one bad hobby or bad habit, I should say, for another bad habit. So anyway, it's working great for me. So that's why I wanted to recommend it to you guys if you are adults. So that's all. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys appreciate the video, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.